Okay, this is your Geometry Midterm Exam Review 2014. Show all work neatly in a space provided. Remember, figures are not necessarily drawn to scale. 1. Use a figure at the right to answer each question. Given C, B, and D are collinear, and A, B, and F are collinear. That means those 3 points make a line. We all know a line has 180 degrees. Before we answer these questions, let's go ahead and fill in the measurements that we know over here. I see a right angle right here. So we're going to make that 90 degrees. I've got vertical angles here, and this one must be 65. And let's see, these two angles add up to EBD angle is a right angle, so I'm going to do 90 minus 65. That's 25, so 25 is going to go right here. And I've got this big angle over here. I see that these two angles here form a straight line. The straight line has 180 degrees, so I'm going to do 180 minus 65. That's 115. Now let's go answer the questions. What is the measure of angle ABD? ABD, I just found that one. ABD, right there, 115 degrees. What is the measure of angle EBD? So EBD is the right angle right there, so that's 90. ABD and FBD form a what? Alright, let me see, let's pick a different color here. ABD, FBD. Oh, let me see that together, they form a straight line. The word for that is linear pair. Name a pair of obtuse vertical angles. Okay, obtuse means more than 90, less than 180, and vertical angles across from each other. Okay, well, I see one of them here is, let's pick green this time. Okay, if A, B, D is one, I extend this line this way and this line this way. My other angle is going to be C, B, F. So, angle A, B, D, and angle C, B, F. E, name a pair of perpendicular rays. Perpendicular means they form a right angle. Rays, one endpoint extends indefinitely. Okay, they form a right angle, so I can pick BD, ray BD, and ray BE. And that's number 1. Number 2, points U, S, and V are collinear. Points R, S, and T are collinear. What is the value of X? Okay, collinear means they form a straight line, so this is a line here. This is a line here. So those form vertical angles here and here. I know vertical angles are congruent, so X equals 68. 3, determine the value of X. X is right here, next to the 115. 105 is just thrown in there to confuse me. I know that these two angles form a linear pair. And a linear pair adds up to 180, so I'll just subtract the angle I have from 180. That gives me 65. So X equals 65. 4. In the diagram below, the measure of angle APC equals 25 degrees. What represents the measure of angle APD? Okay, APC is right here. APC, 25 degrees, so 25. What represents the measure of angle APD? APD. Well, I know this is 90. I don't know what that is right there, RPD, but I can put 25 here, And note that these two angles have to add up to 90 degrees. So I'm going to do 90 minus 25. And that gives me 65. So 65 is right here. So the measure of angle APD is all of that. 90 plus 65. So 90 plus 65 is 155. So that's your answer. Measure angle APD equals 155. Given P is negative 210 and Q is 816, determine PQ. Determine PQ means you want to find the length of PQ. So to find length, we need the distance formula. I'm kind of cramped for space here, so let's start over here. So distance formula equals square root of x sub 2 minus x sub 1 close parentheses squared plus parentheses y sub 2 minus y sub 1 close parentheses squared. And we just have to plug the numbers in. Remember that these are ordered pairs. So this is going to be x, this is going to be y, this is going to be x, and this is going to be y, this will be 0.1, and this will be 0.2. So that's how we label them. Okay, so let's put this into our formula here. X sub 2 is 8, so 8 minus x sub 1 is negative 2. Square that, plus y sub 2 is 16 minus y sub 1, which is 10. Square that. I'll bring this all up here. I'm going to keep my square root sign there. In the first parenthesis, 8 minus negative 2 is 8 plus 2, so that's 10 squared. Plus 16 minus 10 is 6, quantity squared. So distance equals the square root of 100 plus 36. So distance equals the square root of 136, which equals 11.7. Number 5. Number 6. Given P is the midpoint of AB, A is 7.3 and B is negative 7.9. Determine the coordinates of P. Okay, midpoint formula, remember, stack them, add them, divide by 2. So I'm going to stack the points here, 7.3 and negative 7.9. I'm going to add them together. 7 plus negative 7 is 0. 3 plus 9 is 12. I'm going to divide this all by 2. 0 divided by 2 is 0. 12 divided by 2 is 6. So our midpoint of AB is 0, 6. Okay, number 7. M is the midpoint of DE. D is negative 5, 2, and M is 4, 6. Determine the coordinates of E. Remember, this is multiply the midpoint by 2, subtract the endpoint. Okay, our midpoint here is M, so that's 4, 6. I'm going to multiply that by 2. I'm not carrying anything. 6 times 2 is 12. 4 times 2 is 8. 8, 12, and I have to subtract the endpoint, so I'm going to put it up here. 8, 12, minus negative 5, 2. 8 minus negative 5 is 13. 12 minus 2 is 10. Our answer is 1310. You're done. You've completed all 3 steps. Don't go any further than that. Number 8, write the converse, inverse, contrapositive, and biconditional of the following statement. If the road conditions are hazardous, then I will not drive. Okay, this is the first part. This is the second part. These are the ones that will get moved around. Remember, the first one is always P, Q. Converse switches it around, QP. Inverse is in the same order, but it's negative. Not P, not Q. Contrapositive is the longest. We have to do the most. We switch it and negate it. And then the biconditional P, if and only if Q. So let's write these out. Converse Q implies P. If I will be abbreviating some of these words. So if I will not drive, then road conditions are hazardous. Inverse, not P, not Q. If road conditions are not hazardous, then I will drive. Remember, the opposite of not is will. Contrapositive, not Q. If I will drive, then road conditions are not hazardous, and the biconditional road conditions are hazardous if and only if I will not drive. Let P represent you like to dance. Let Q represent you are a performer on stage. Represent each statement in symbolic form. Okay, P is you like to dance, Q is you are a performer on stage. This says if you like to dance, so that's P. If then statements are always with the arrow. You are a performer on stage is Q. Okay, if you do not like to perform on stage, that would be not Q. If then you like to dance is P. You and P. C, you like to dance or you are not a performer on stage. You like to dance is P. Or is the upside down arrow. You are not a performer on stage is not Q. D says you are a performer on stage, that's Q. If and only if, so put this arrow in there, you like to dance, P. And E, therefore you like to dance, therefore, the three dots, you like to dance is P, and, upside down arrow, or right side up arrow, and you are a performer on stage, Q. And that's it.